They remain peaceful, but our community, like most of the country, is still on edge. And we have team coverage at noon on the protests with crews in Miami-Dade and Broward counties.
Let's start things off right now with our local 10 reporter, Christina Vasquez. She's in Miami. Christina.
Just a short time ago, we heard from both Miami-Dade County Mayor and Miami-Dade County Police Director after these 3 days of protests. You may remember yesterday's peaceful protest started in downtown Miami. The group then made its way through Miami's historic Overtown neighborhood before having a moment, kind of a turnaround point right here at the Pretrial Detention Center, which is adjacent to the Richard Gertstein building and the state attorney's office before they made their way back downtown. Let's go ahead and look at some of this video. As I tell you, in a Miami-Dade County Commission meeting just now, they were commending local community organizers for advocating peaceful protests like the ones you are looking at now from yesterday, and for preventing further property damage. And they're really referencing there when we saw those protesters form a human shield to protect a CVS. Yesterday, some of the business owners impacted by Saturday's acts of vandalism and looting, they had told me that they truly believe the majority of the damage done to their businesses was instigated by outside agitators disrupting the intent of the peaceful protest. Now, it was interesting that in this commission meeting, there's that view. It was echoed by the mayor and the police director as well. Although I want you to listen in. The director is now advocating that the curfew that is now in place remain through the weekend, citing social media posts.
Moving forward, we are monitoring our intelligence out there in the community with the help of the community. It's been peaceful. We've had a lot of peaceful protests have been going on. As you saw yesterday, we made no arrests. But however, there still is a lot of rhetoric on the social media. And as you see around the country, things are very heated. That's why I feel that we should continue with the curfew through the weekend so we can have consistency in case that any of these splinter groups try to start something in our community.
We do believe that there are outside agitators that wanted to create chaos here in Miami-Dade County. But I think also the police department showed the appropriate amount of restraint and the appropriate amount of force. And so we will protect the rights of the demonstrators to demonstrate and voice their opinion as long as they do it peacefully, but we will not tolerate any kind of destruction of property or putting people's lives in danger.
A couple additional items to note here. Now, Mayor Jimenez has already said that he doesn't want the beaches to reopen as long as there is a curfew. You may remember they were supposed to reopen on Monday. So now we're hearing that the director is advocating for this curfew through the weekend. So that gives you a window into where that conversation is. Meantime, you may remember that Mayor Jimenez shut down transit as those disturbances were happening. And that came into question, some commissioners pushing back on him, because when he shut down transit, it really stranded a whole lot of folks across the county, even in areas that were not impacted by the disturbances. So he has been asked by some of the commissioners that if he does plan to do something like that again, if there's disruptions that he feels like for a public safety reason means he needs to shut down transit, that instead he investigate just a targeted shutdown and maybe some of the transit points that are closest to those areas as opposed to the entire county. And he did confirm that is something he will look into. Meantime, I can tell you the community organizers we were with yesterday during that protest, they did say they plan to begin some sort of demonstration, perhaps in the area. We're joining you live later this afternoon. We will be here and we'll keep you posted. Reporting live for you, I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.